Hello, and today we're going to try and add mixed numbers. And at the end, you're going to find they're a little trickier than you're used to. So, the first thing I look at is my 8 and 7/8 plus 3 and 7/12. My bigger number is first. Doesn't really matter for adding. What does matter is that my denominator is not the same in my fraction. I have one that has an 8, one that has a 12. So I would count by 8s and count by 12s until I get the same number. That number would be 24. Now I have a common denominator and I need equivalent fractions. So I think to myself on the left side, how did I get from 8 to 24? Yep, I multiplied by 3. So I'm going to do the same to the top to get 21 over 24. On the right side, how did I get from 12 to 24? I multiplied by 2, so I'm going to do the same on the top. Now I have my fractional part just how I want it. So I'm going to throw my whole number in there on both sides. Now, for me, I like to add my fractions and say 21 plus 14 is 35. And we all know that once we have the same denominator, that just stays put. Then, my whole number is 8 plus 3, which is 11. And that might seem fine, except for you can't have an improper fraction as part of your mixed number. So 35 over 24 is no good. So, what we learned last week is a little trick in these types of problems. I can take my improper fraction and automatically know a few things. One of them is I'm always going to get a 1 for my whole number that's associated with this improper fraction. The other thing I know is I'm always going to have the same denominator. And the last thing I know is the trick is that the difference between 35 and 24 will be my numerator. So, what I just did was I said 35 over 24 really equals 1 and 11/24. That's a good fractional part because it's not improper. So I take that 1 and 11/24 and I add it on to my 11 that I originally had. And that's pretty simple to do. And my final answer, if I can fit it, is 12 and 11/24. And that is how you do adding mixed numbers, the difficult ones.